The subject matter as already have been narrated to you is Hinduism and Buddhist thoughts on Buddhism, India's approach to universal approach to education. As a matter of fact, the essence of Indian education system is the attainment of the cultivation of knowledge. To quote Swami Vivekananda, where he says that the goal of mankind is knowledge, ideal placed before us by the Western philosophy. Education system facilitates the attainment of knowledge, which is called the perfection in human being. As he rightly said that education is the manifestation of perfection, which is already in man. So if you can, the essence of Indian education system can be expressed through these words or statements, is the manifestation of perfection which is already in man. And what is the goal of education system? The goal of education system is the attainment of knowledge. Why it is the goal, I will come to that aspect later, but before that, let me tell you the unique approach of ancient India's seers to the knowledge systems. I referred to an episode in the Mundaka Upanishad where a householder, a great householder called Shaunaka, he approaches an enlightened person and asks a very, very relevant question. Very, very profound question. Tasminno bhagavo vijjate sarvavidam vijjatam bhavati. Sir, what is it that knowing which everything else becomes known? A very specific question. What is that? Knowing which everything else becomes known. And immediately the answer came from the enlightened seer, Dve vidye veditavye iti hasmavido vadanti parachaiva aparacha. So there are two disciplines which are, the discipline is divided clearly in two parts. One is the Paravidya, other is the Aparavidya. Aparavidya means the worldly sciences, the worldly knowledge, the knowledge about the materialistic world, the knowledge about our day-to-day life. And Paravidya means the knowledge of ourselves. And when both these knowledges, both these systems, both these knowledges are combined together, they give us a holistic wisdom. We see that in our country, in our tradition, we give much importance to the knowledge of the self. And we see in the modern world, they give much importance to the knowledge of the relative world, the material sciences. But it has been again and again emphasized in our scriptures that the primary is the material sciences. Without the knowledge of material sciences, you will not be able to have a knowledge of yourself. Andham tama pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya eva tivate tama yau vidyayam rata. That means the study, or if we undertake the study of both, then only our knowledge will be complete. But why there is a necessity of such study? Because it is a response, a universal response to a universal experience of our life. And what is that universal experience? That universal experience is something which is called dukkha, or sufferings, or what we call affliction. There is no one in this world who is free from affliction. Everyone is tormented by sufferings. Everyone is tormented by affliction. Therefore, the Buddha, he made us aware of the fact that there is dukkha in our life. You know, dukkha was there, but we are not aware of this dukkha. He said dukkha is there, and in our life there is dukkha, and there is dukkha samudaya. That means there are the causes of these sufferings. You have to know the causes of the sufferings in order to get rid of the sufferings. So when the sufferings is to be removed, we must know the cause of the sufferings. And when the cause of the sufferings are known, then we must know there must be ends to we can put an end to the suffering. And when the sufferings can be put to an end, we know, then there are the ways by which the sufferings can be annihilated from our life. So there is a very structured framework of annihilating or removing sufferings from our life. And what is the panacea? The panacea is the attainment of knowledge. It is the attainment of knowledge. Vyakta avyakta jna vijnanat. That means it is the knowledge of the external world, the material manifested world, and the knower of the manifested world. So if we know these two simultaneously, if we have a comprehensive knowledge of the both, therefore our approach, our approach is comprehensive, our approach is holistic, our approach is not fragmentary. So this is our approach, Indian approach to the Western to the education system, that it must be a holistic wisdom. Now we come to the very beautiful, very important component of the education system, which is called the teacher-student relationship. The teacher-student relationship can be understood very clearly from the peace invocation of the Kathopanishad, which says that Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Saha Viryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Sahano Avatu. Sahano means we too, the teacher and the taught. May the supreme reality protect us both, the teacher and the taught. That means the teacher is seeking the welfare of the student is simultaneously seeking the welfare of the teacher. Because this education is a cooperative endeavor. It is like enkindling of one lamp from the other. And for enkindle one lamp from the other, one lamp must be in its flame and another lamp must be charged with fuel. So the qualification of the teacher and the taught has also been emphasized in our tradition, both in Hindu tradition and the Buddhist tradition, because we don't consider Buddhist tradition and the Hindu tradition as two separate traditions. They are inseparably connected. So, Sahano Avatu, may the Almighty protect us both, may the Almighty nourish us both. And this nourishment should not be a physical nourishment only. It should be physical nourishment, mental nourishment, intellectual nourishment, and last but not the least, the spiritual nourishment. All sorts of nourishment. The teacher must be nourished. The student must also be nourished. Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Ravavahai. May we acquire energy. May we acquire equal knowledge. May we acquire equal knowledge. May we acquire equal energy. Sahaviryam Karavati. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. May our acquired knowledge be equally effulgent. It is a harmonious endeavor, cooperative endeavor, without which no education sustain. No education system can sustain. So, Tejasvinava Adhitamastu, that means applicability of the acquired knowledge. Tejasvi means our acquired knowledge must be Tejasvi. Without being Tejasvi, there is no need to just to get information, and there is no use of parrot learning. It must be assimilated, it must get into our veins and blood, and ultimately it can be applicable in everyday life. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. And last but not the least, Ma Vidvishavahai. Ma Vidvishavahai means may we not hate each other. Across the country, across the world, we find there are different incidences where we find the teachers developing enmity with the student developing enmity with the teachers. It may be there may be some exceptional incidents, but incidents are there. But for a true education to happen, ma vidvishavahai, may we not hate each other. May we not hate each other. The teacher must not hate the student. The student must not hate the teacher. The teacher and student must work in tandem. This teacher and student must be harmonious in their journey towards the world, towards the world of king, towards the kingdom of knowledge, towards the abode of knowledge. And the true education will definitely be accomplished if this holistic method of learning, the holistic way of getting education can be practiced in our education system. Thank you.